Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mr. Clockwork Apple, and as you can see behind me, I'm going to be playing Terraria. So welcome, this is my Clockwork Previews, where I'll spend an hour just playing a game and talking bullshit into a microphone, because that's just what I do. So I'm not, unlike my other previews, I'm not starting the game sort of right from the beginning. I'm not very far into it. I've beat a few bosses, just got a bit of a base set up, so yeah, I'll just give you the little tour here. As you can see, I've got a few bits of equipment, just the basics. I've just got my little base. It's nothing too special at the minute. You see other players doing this game, and what they can create is absolutely amazing. So I'll just go over what I'm going to do with you today. Is I'm going to attempt to beat a boss, do a bit of exploring, maybe make an extra building somewhere. Haven't decided yet, but yeah, first thing I want to do is try and beat a boss. So let's just start heading out. Actually, make sure I've got all the items I want. Yeah, I should be fine. I don't have very much HP, but you know, I should probably want more for the boss I'm doing, but I should be okay, I think. Yeah, you can see I built my little lake down here for fishing. Yeah, so if you've never heard of Terraria, it's basically like Minecraft, but in 2D. You know, the whole game is based around just sort of digging up blocks and, well, building stuff. But unlike Minecraft, it's a bit more combat oriented. I say that as not a single enemy has appeared so far. Normally I've hit something at least by now, but there's just nothing here. Where are they all? Is this because I'm recording? Have the enemies all gone camera shy? What's good? There's one! There's one! I killed it. Yes, well, as I'm saying, the game's more combat oriented. Absolutely nothing shows up. But yeah, I want to keep heading to the left because this is where the next boss that I want to fight is going to be. So yeah, people who know about this game have probably already figured out which boss I'm going after. Well, you'll see when I get there. Probably going to get there too early actually, because you can only fight this guy at night. But that'll give me some time to build an arena and just prepare myself. There's another enemy. I don't know how this area got flooded, it's just all underwater. Yes, let's explain a few things as I'm going along. The weapon I'm using up here is the space gun. Now, this is actually a magic weapon, which would use up my mana over here. Here's where we want to be. But because of the armour I'm wearing, it basically means I can use it for free. So, yeah, let's just flatten this out to make life a bit easier. Yeah, it's this big open space up here. That's where I'm going to want to fight the boss. Should have plenty of room to move around. I need to talk to this guy once night falls, which is going to be a little way away by the looks of it. So, yeah, this is the old man. Let's just talk to him. Come back at night if you wish to enter, he says. Or, he says a few different things, but it's all roughly that. And if you try and go down here, if I just come in here a sec, if I try and go too far down this little passage here, I will be brutally murdered. So, see, I've got a few... I think I've got about 5 minutes to kill before this thing should... You know, before I can fight this thing, so, guess I'll just go explore for a bit. Show you a bit more around the world, to make sure my recording looks fine. Yep. Bird! Okay. Ah, now I'm sad. Yeah, so, if I go into my equipment here, you'll see that I'm wearing the Meteor set. And because I'm wearing the full set, the Space Gun costs 0 mana. And also does a bit extra damage as well, which is nice. And I've got a few accessories on. Most of them are actually adding more defense, which is quite good. Yeah, so if I took, say, I've also got the goggles on to make me look a bit cooler. If I didn't have them on, I get this cool flame effect, but I like the goggles. So if I took part of this off, for example, and fired the gun, there you can see my mana on the right there going down. And now it's out. Can't use it anymore. Stick the armour back on, and I can fire it all I want. Let's see, what other preparations can I do? I can summon my imp. He'll do a bit extra damage to help me out. And I can stick that thing there. That's just a turret. I'll show off what that's really for later on, but it can help out in fights if you want it. It'll probably despawn by the time I'm ready to use it though. I can just summon it up again. Yeah, there was my imp just shooting his fireballs, getting rid of these slimes. Oh god, the waiting is the worst part. I mean, there's stuff I could go do to show it off, but I don't want to get distracted. I'm going to focus here. Let's see, what else can I do? I'll just keep making a bit of a arena to prepare for this fight. I want to be nice and ready for when this thing shows up, because as I think I've got good weapons, it's just my health isn't very high, and that'll probably end up getting me killed if I'm not careful. So I want to have a good room for fighting in. Yeah, I got my pickaxe. That's the Reaver shark there, and yeah, I'm digging this up by hitting it with a shark. That's just the kind of game this is. And you drain a bit of water away. I think there should be enough space to fight this thing. God, I'm already not prepared for this. Let's grab these items here. Hey, Goblin Scout, I want to kill that. Don't go anywhere. I hope that doesn't despawn, I want to kill it. And get a useful item from them. Aha! Dang it! Of course it vanishes. Yeah, they sometimes appear out here around the edges of the map, but there'll be others. Let's see, you've got the other desert over here. Yeah, so the world is actually quite... I want a medium-sized world here. There's still plenty to explore, don't get me wrong. I think large is actually kind of too large, if that makes sense. I mean, it's called large, you'd think it would be. Here's an item I want. Grab that. So, obviously it's not really showing... I'm not really showing the game off at its best at the minute, because I'm just standing around waiting for a boss. But this game is kind of halfway between... Yeah, as I said, Minecraft is what most people compare it to, but I'd say it's Minecraft and probably Castlevania as well as the other half. Yeah, specifically the sort of Symphony of the Night, Aria of Sorrow kind of ones. Just the amount of exploring, the different equipment you can get. Yeah, it's got that old Metroidvania style, even if it isn't Metroidvania itself, I'd say. Okay. Make sure I can't just walk into a wall and get stuck or something. Hey! Where are you going? You're not supposed to be up here, you're supposed to be down there. So I can't actually hurt him until the boss turns up. And sun's still not down yet. If I had a clock I could see what time time it is in the game world. Let's take a quick sip of my drink actually. Yeah, I think it has to be 7 o'clock before I can fight him. 7 PM. Which it currently isn't. Ugh. Don't fall off the edge. As you can see, I've got this flying carpet. I've got a bit of mobility. I've got grappling hooks, let me get around. When you start off the game, you've literally got this tiny pathetic sword, a axe for cutting down trees, and a pickaxe, and that's it. Everything else like this gun I've got, I've got this, I've got big flamey sword, that guy. This is all stuff that I've found and gathered, and that's what I really like about this game. You get this real sense of progression as you just get stronger and stronger as the game goes on. I cannot let you enter until you free me of my curse. Yes, well, my master cannot be summoned under the light of day. I know he can't be summoned under the light of day. That's what I'm waiting for, you idiot. Okay. Well, the music will change when night falls, so I know what I'm listening out for at least. I don't know how well the music's coming across in the recording, but you can probably hear it a bit. It's this kind of nice, soothing music at the minute. Once, well, I think that's it. Did it change? No. They just reset the song. Come on. This is not the best intro to the game, really. It's normally a bit more exciting with this, but as I said, I am literally just having to wait around before I can fight this boss and show you what the game is really like, but yeah, that's just what you have to do sometimes. I'm going to move him up there, actually. Oh, I love these things. And my imp, actually. This imp will fight for you. And I've got a pet. He's a, I got him in an event. I'll show it off later. Once we've done this, I think. I'm going to close that door. It's annoying me. Nope. Music still hasn't changed. I'm going to stick a few torches around up here actually so I can see what I'm doing. Because when night falls it does get pretty dark. You really cannot see a thing if you don't stick torches around everywhere. Ah, there we go, music changed, time to fight. Let's go. Ah! So there's a bit of tactics to this guy. He's going to try and fly at you, whack you with his hands. There's two ways you can go about doing this. You can either aim for the hands to try and make him a bit less dangerous, or you can go straight for the head and try and kill him as quickly as possible. When he starts spinning around like he did, that means he's going to really charge at you, but his defences drop to absolutely nothing, so that's your chance to get some damage in. Oh god, I wish I had more HP. You can't use potions constantly. If you use a potion, you've got a whole minute to wait before you can use another one. Come here. Ow. Luckily I'm quite defensive, so this guy's not doing too much damage to me. Ow. But it all adds up. It all slowly, painfully adds up. Ah! Got him. And I got absolutely nothing. I didn't get any of his special items. What the hell? Oh well. Anyway, now that we've beat him, we can actually go into the dungeon and start exploring a bit more. So, normally you get like a trophy or a mask or something, but I just got nothing there. I got screwed over. And he's really annoying, so you can't just fight him, or he's really difficult to try and repeat. Yes, as you can see, now it's nighttime, zombies are showing up. Gets a bit more dangerous out here. But anyway, we can start heading further in. Yes, it's about here where, if I hadn't beat him, this giant skull thing would fly out and murder me. There's a clock down here apparently, so I can see what the time is. I'm going to gather that because I need a clock. Yeah. I'm going to start meeting special dungeon enemies as well. Let's grab that clock. Ow! Aha, that's another thing I want. Water candle. Boom. Yeah, those water candles, if they're around, it means enemies spawn a lot more frequently. And that's not so... Ooh, and there's the mechanic as well. Let's just free her. So she'll sell us a few useful items. I'll have to build a house for her to live in later on. Yeah, by doing various things, you can find these NPCs scattered around the world and sort of bring them back to your base to just help you out. Right, let's open this treasure chest and see what I get. Yes! That's what I came in here for, Muramasa. Let's take all that stuff, grab the chest, because I might use that later on, and use that back at my base, and keep exploring. Grab another water candle, those are always useful. Okay, that's a special chest, which we need a special key for. Won't be able to open that for ages, really, so won't be able to use that in this video, but it's worth looking out for if you're playing, if you decide to play the game yourself. Oh, jeez. Spikes. Good thing I've got this flying carpet. Where's this path going? Ow! Traps. Man, this is a weird shaped dungeon. They're not normally this bizarre. I mean, they're quite bizarre generally, but this is just strange. Yeah, so this whole world that I'm playing in is, it is entirely randomly generated. So, no one... Oops. My health was quite low there. Up here, there's a useful item I want, which will let me summon another imp. Yes, that was the bewitching table. I've got 2 imps now, so that's going to help me out a bit. And I think I got another key stuff. Ow! Darkcast, help! And the treasure chest. The unpleasant. We've got blue moon. Ow, ow, enemies! Enemies! Leave me alone! Loot all this stuff. Get the chest. Get that thing. Yeah, so I got what I really wanted in here, which was... there's another special chest. Which was the Muramasa. That's what I really came in here for. But I might as well look around whilst I'm at it. So you don't know what you can find, really. There's all kinds of useful goodies down here. Ow. And I'm out of gold keys. Great. Bougie. Yeah, plenty of light down here as well, because if I can't see, I'm dead. Okay. Okay, I think that's as good as I'm going to get in a minute. Let's go home. So, we've got a few things we can do now. Actually, first I want to go drop off all my goodies that I acquired. Let's just start by putting my money in the bank. Yeah, so I got quite, I got a decent haul there actually. Let's start putting things away where I can hopefully use it. So we've got a few furniture pieces. Let's have a look here. Where else can I put things? We've got a few weapons, which I'm going to drop off. Potion, got some of them. Strange plant, that's for use in making dye, so I'll stick that in there. And water candles I want to stick around here. So, as I said, water candles will make enemies spawn more often, but there's a bit of a trick with this. See, when we're in our village, enemies don't spawn at all. Meaning I can stick these water candles out, and rather than getting enemies and being a huge pain in the butt, we'll basically get more sort of insects like fireflies or like small critters like rabbits and stuff, so it just makes the place look a bit nicer while this is around. I think that rain is causing a bit of lag. It's only because I'm recording at the same time. I might just mess my settings around a bit. Hang on. See, weather. Okay. Is that going to help? Not really, so just going to have to live with a bit of lag for a minute because I think my laptop can handle recording at the same time because my laptop is garbage. Yeah, so we've already got a few frogs turning up because of that water candle. Might pop a few more around actually. Just make everything look nice. Okay, so what I need to do next is build a couple more houses to bring in those new people that I got. So we've got the mechanic that we found inside the dungeon, and because we beat that boss, the clothier will turn up as well. So I'll just show off how you build houses. Start by digging a bit of space. Oh god, that lag. It's never normally this bad, it's just, as I said, because I'm recording, it's kind of messing up a bit, so might build a house here, I think. Oop. Put that back there. So houses have to be a certain size to count. You build them too small, no one's going to move into them. And this is the minimum size they can be. It's 6 by 10, I think, is the size we need. Oh god, that lag, that is... I am not showing this game off at its best. It must be just the rain causing this, because it never does this normally. Yeah, I got a little bit when fighting the boss, I think, but it wasn't too bad. But this is just slow. Yeah, I almost want to apologise for it. But, so yeah, if I just get rid of my imps. So this here is the basic house. This is the minimum you need for someone to move in. So if I grab the mechanic here, pop her there. Now if I just leave and come back, she should be fine. She should show up. I'll just scroll my map a bit. And there she is. So she's moved in and will now live here in my village, and I can just buy stuff from her. So she sells stuff for using in mechanisms, which they're a bit more advanced than I'm set up for at the minute. Don't really need them, so might just make our house look a bit nicer actually. Might give it a roof of some sort. Let's go see what materials I've got to work with. That's my tree farm up there. That's for other types of wood. There we go. Dump that. Let's see, what can I roof her house with to make it look a bit more fancy? Here we go, brick. Yeah, just a plain old wooden house. You can do a bit to it to make it look nicer, but it still looks a bit bland, really. Let's just make this a nice, cosy little home hovel for her to live in. By removing her roof and exposing her to the rain that is currently falling. I'm sure she'll be pleased. And just use my hammer here to give a nice little curve to these edges. And there we go, it's already looking a little bit nicer. So what else we're going to do to make it look nicer as well? Then get some different walls to improve things. Fireplace in a chimney, actually. That would look nice. Bit difficult with her stood there, but we can work this out, I'm sure. And block the chimney. There. So already she's got just a nicer looking house there. Just a little bit of detail. Really adds things up. They're all staying inside because it's currently daytime. No, it's raining, I mean. No one wants to come outside when it's raining. If it wasn't raining, they'd all come out and they'd sort of wander around the village, just doing stuff. Nothing particularly interesting. They just sort of walk around and talk to each other. But at least it's more interesting than just standing around inside all day. So let's go do our next little task, shall we? The next thing I want to show off is an event. It's what this guy here is for. Actually, I probably shouldn't do this when it's raining, but, you know, if it lags, I'll just laugh at it. And it's what this stuff here is for as well, so... Basically, this guy here is part of a crossover with the game... I think it's called Dungeon Defenders 2 or something like that, so... Basically, if I come up here, this mysterious hanging rope, I've got this arena I built. And in the middle of it, we have this thing. So if we put this diamond I just bought in the stand here, it will start I guess I'd call it an invasion. A bunch of enemies will come in from either side and I've got to defend the crystal. And to do that, I've got some tools here. So, let's just get my basics. Everything's sorted out. Yeah. So I've got ballista rod, flame burst rod, lightning aura, and explosive traps. So let's just go right at this. If you know what you're doing, this is really, really easy, especially early on. So, as you progress more through the game, it's going to get harder and harder. But these first few stages, you can basically automate entirely with no consequence. Enemies are going to drop these little gems. We need those to set up more traps. I'm going to let these guys pour out, just want to see what they do. Yeah, nothing's coming from that side because of that trap I set up. And these things are frankly pathetic. They are no threat at all, these goblins. There we go, I've got enough for the next trap, so let's just plonk that there, and life is now a cakewalk. So there's wave 1 complete with no damage at all to the crystal. Yeah, look at all these crystals I got over here. So you want... So let me get these close together. 2 of these on either side will take care of everything, basically. All of the goblin enemies will just... they'll walk into these traps and just die before they can do anything of importance. So, even these special ones are only getting through on a tiny bit of health left. And, oh god, that lag. Oh, I should have tested this more, but it's because it's raining, that's what it is. In my test recordings, it wasn't raining. Is there, the fact I've got recording software and the rain at the same time, it's just messing this whole thing up. There we go. So that's we now have no threat at all from these enemies. They will walk straight into this and promptly die. So So next we're going to want to set up a few ballistas, I think. And we got a defender medal for... Did we? No, we didn't. I thought we got a medal. It's not until round 3 is over. So next we're going to want a few ranged weapons around the crystal here, because once we get to wave 4, we're going to get a few flying enemies. Yeah, so you can see here that it's just so simple early on. I mean, as I said, further you get through the game, you get more and more enemy types, more health, more defense, and you actually have to start trying. But this is just frankly embarrassing. I'm not even attacking them. I'm going to just stand here the whole time, and there is no threat at all to the crystal in the first 3 stages. Okay, so the four traps I've got up here. When you first buy them, you won't be able to use them except in the event. Once you've completed the event once, you can use them out in the out in the world as it is. And there are other rewards you get as well for doing this, which are quite worth it, I'd say. Okay, so now we're going to get a few flying enemies coming in, which is what these are for. They go Etherean Wyverns. So we might actually have to work at this a little tiny bit. Not much, though. Yep, they're firing! And that's it. Now, you might be thinking you could probably build some walls here or something to stop the enemies getting through, but it won't work. They'll just phase straight through it. I think if the ground isn't flat enough, you can't even start the event anyway, so... I don't worry if the crystal takes a little bit of damage, it will heal over time. So we've got our last round. This is the only round that's actually any sort of threat to you, because there's going to be a boss coming through called the Dark Mage, and there's going to be a lot more of those Wyverns. So I'll set up a few more flame bursts just to keep things going. And what else should I think the mage always comes from this side, so I might set up another aura thingy. Just help out. And I should be here dealing with Wyverns. When I open my map, kind of, you can have this kind of map overlay that will show me if one of the bosses turns up. So, yep, he's here, so I can go and look at him. So, even the boss of this, the Dark Mage, can't do much against my traps. With me shooting him, he's just stuck. As I said, these early rounds are a complete and utter joke. Hey, I got a gato egg. And a war table. Yeah, so it's doing this that I got my little pet dragon. It's from one of these Dark Mages. And he's just giving me another dragon. And now the crystal will do that. So when you see that, it means that the event is over. Okay, so let's check out our rewards. We've got 5 Defender Medals, which is for buying one of these traps that I don't actually need because I've got them all already. We get a different pets, which I'll summon. So we've got a little helicopter cat. I prefer the dragon though, so I'll keep him. And the war table, which I think is just decoration. It doesn't do anything, it just looks nice. Yeah, Yeah, so we got nothing to buy with this, so I'll just drop it all in here. Except the water cannon, that's not supposed to be in there. And I need to set that clock up as well, so I can see what the time is when I'm at base. It's not a very accurate clock. I can get more accuracy if I make myself a watch, but actually, yeah, let's do that. I'll show off accessories a bit more. So let's see what we've got here. I want my platinum, because that'll give me the most accurate watch. And I think I need this chain as well. Yeah, there you go, platinum watch. So as long as I've got that in my inventory, it will tell me that the time is now 6:50. And I guess that means I don't need to think the dungeon clock anymore then. I went out of my way to gather that thing and I didn't even need it. Oh well. And I'll dump that water candle as well whilst I'm at it. So yeah, there are other invasions in the game. If I'm lucky, one of them might show up during this video. Probably not though, knowing my luck. Oops, excuse me. But that's just one that you can set up for yourself, just for fun. Oh, excuse me, too much cola. That's just a fun one you can do if you want to. So yeah, so I've shown off a boss, I've shown off an invasion. Why don't we just go explore the underground for a bit? That's what you're really here to do. Die fish. So you just call up my imp again, see he's useful. So what I've got here, heading down, if you look at this, is my elevator. It's just a straight tunnel all the way down, all the way down, all the way down to the underworld, which is where that's kind of where the toughest boss of this part of the game is. If I zoom out, you can see I've got all these little side caverns heading out here. I've got so much unexplored area as well. But let's go underground and just see if we can find anything interesting. I'll pick a random cavern and follow it. Let's see here. Yeah, let's follow this train track here. I've already been this way, but I want to see what happens if I get to the end and then... Yeah, I'm just going to get to the end, start digging, see where it takes us. Ooh, ow, ow. Got hit by a trap, but I found a math crystal. Yeah, these are what you need to increase your HP. So that's good. Hey! Dart trap. Yeah, having a good slime. I always forget that those split. Having a good grappling hook can certainly help. And there's some gem. Grab that, it's an emerald. Let's see. Have I been this way yet? No, I have not. I think that's some more platinum. Stick a torch down so I can see what I'm doing and dig this up. Yep. So, to be perfectly honest, this is what most of the game is going to descend into once, during the early stages, just heading around in the caverns, just digging stuff. And it's actually a lot more fun than you might expect, really. Obviously, I've already explored these passages, so I have nothing too much to show off, but once I've found the end of it, I'll be able to see, maybe explore some more. So, okay, so here's the end, so let's start digging a tunnel. Unfortunately, this is the fastest I can dig at the minute. This shark that I'm using as a pickaxe, which I fished out of the ocean. I fished it out of the ocean, by the way. It's basically the best pickaxe I can get at this point in the game. There's one that equals it, but well, that's it. It just equals it. There's no better pickaxe for this stage. Yeah, once you beat the boss of the underworld, that's down in the magma there. The world kind of opens up even more, you get tougher enemies, new stuff starts happening. And that's called hard mode. At the minute we're not, we're in pre-hard mode. Oh, there's a tunnel, we can explore a bit. What's down here? It's just water. Anything? Nope, just water. Nothing too interesting. a bit of tungsten there if I needed it, but I don't need tungsten, so I won't bother. Keep digging. Let's check my recording, see it's still going well. Seems to be. As I said, most of the game will just be digging like this, but you know, you're getting materials, you're always finding new stuff. You know, that little cabin there, there's... You know, there wasn't anything in it that time, but there could have been. What's that above me? That's tin. I definitely don't need tin, that's the weakest metal there is, except for copper. Yeah, I think that's the joy of this game, is you don't know what you're going to find. You might... that's water. You've got to be careful here. It'll wipe out my torches, but I could probably get that to drain into the little hole I found down there. Ooh, that's lagging in the game or something. Yeah, you need to be careful of water when you're digging, because if you're not careful, you end up just drowning in it. And some more platinum. Let's dig that up. And there's another cavern over there. That looks like an open cavern as well. Let's go check that out. This area is quite... Yeah, it's got a bit of space here to look around in. A few enemies. And by the sounds of it, this is near the ice area. The music just changed. And if you look, the water is turned... dark blue there. If I come over here, it turns light blue, because, you know, that means it's cold, I guess. Ooh, diamonds. Too bad this isn't Minecraft. Diamonds are quite a bit less useful in this game, but still fun to find. And there's some lead. I need lead. Always need lead. Yeah, so every metal kind of has two versions of it. There's tin and copper, there's iron and lead, there's tungsten and silver, and there's gold and platinum. And which one you get, it's just random. It's just luck which one you get. Some of them are a bit better than others, but it's not so bad that, you know, the game's going to be broken but if you get the wrong one. Ooh, mining helmet. The mining helmets will basically act as a torch that you wear on your head, but it lowers your defense, and I don't really need it. Yeah, it's really good if you get it early on, but as I said, I just don't have any use for it at the minute because I've got plenty of torches. Let's dig up some rubies and find an underground house. Might find some treasure in here. Let's check out the chest. Use my life crystal. Boomerang, dynamite, potion, yeah, useful stuff. I'll grab it all. And grab the chest. Anything else down here? No, there's another passage. A passage that leads to frozen water that I don't want to go into. Yeah, if I was playing this game in expert mode, walking into that frozen water would cause a debuff that causes me to slow down a lot, so you'd want to avoid that. Since I'm in normal mode... Ooh, 2 life crystals. I'm in normal mode at the minute, so all it would do is just maybe cause me to drown if I stayed in it too long, so... Nothing too dangerous, but still something you want to watch out for. And that item I just got then, the presents, that's because I'm playing in... Well, it's technically the Christmas period. I think it lasts throughout all of December. You just get a few presents which give you little Christmas themed items. Nothing too special. You might get a sword if you're lucky, or probably just some like Christmas themed blocks to build your house out of. As I said, nothing spectacular or game breaking, but you know, it's nice. And since this is New Year's Eve today, I think if I came here tomorrow I wouldn't get those at all. So yeah, this is the last day I can get them actually. Unless I messed with my computer's time, I could get them all year round then if I wanted to. Let's see, you got a mushroom, that's used for dye. Oop, chucked a glow stick, didn't need to do that. And we're coming up on another cavern here. It's a cavern I've already been in by the looks of it. Oh yeah, see, a spider's nest. I want to look in there. Might find something good in there. It's difficult to walk through spider's nests because of all the cobwebs. As you can imagine, these slow you down really quite seriously. And of course, there's spiders that make goose noises. Yeah, using a sword is quite useful in a spider's nest. Yeah, for clearing out all these cobwebs. Got a good sweep to it. Well, there's another NPC that you can find down here. There she is actually. So this is the webbed stylist. Just free her, and she can change our haircut for us if you want, and sell us a bit of hair dye. Which I don't want, because I'm quite stylish as it is. So, dig through the ice, see what we can find. Be careful on this ice, because if you jump, it breaks. Yeah, so the stylist that they will probably get killed by the spiders, but now that I've found her, I don't need to go and find her again. I'll just build an extra house and she'll show up. Yeah, you only have to unlock the NPCs once. You don't have to keep unlocking them if they die. Once you've got them, they'll just show up. Anywhere there's a house, they'll show up. My nose is going weird. Okay, who lived here? What was the point of this house? Let's see, we've got a snowball cannon, platinum bars. Ooh, the ice machine, that's cool. You can use that to make furniture out of ice. Let's grab that statue, and my inventory is full. Let's walk back. So I can make a house for that stylist somewhere. Where would she like to live? I can probably dig a bit extra around here somewhere if I wanted to. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I'll start adding an extra layer under here. And I'll make this house out of ice. Got my ice blocks. I'll place my ice machine somewhere that I can use it. Plop that down, see what we can make. Yeah, just basic furniture. There's a duck quacking very loudly up there. Okay, so get that nice and sorted out. I want to make 2 little platforms to make sure I can get up here again. I think those platforms also count as a door, technically speaking, so that'll be useful for actually making this house work. Okay, so we want a table. We want a chair. And I want some blue torches or ice torches. Oh, ice torches, definitely. Don't want to use my sapphire. And can I make backgrounds out of this? No, it doesn't look like I can. Ooh, I can make it ice bricks instead of just ice. That's what we need. And ice brick wall. Aha! I knew there was a better way of doing it. I'll leave the walls as regular ice for the minute, but I'll use the bricks for the floor. I can probably replace them later on. I don't want to just yet. And knock out this back wall so I can replace it with something nicer. That is to say, ice. Oh, and the travelling merchant arrived as well. So the main reason I'm doing this is basically just to show kind of how varied houses can really be in this game. That duck doesn't stop quacking. I'm going to go over there and hit it. Okay, so there's a little frozen house. And we can now move the stylist in. So she wouldn't appear yet. She'll probably... I don't think she'll make her way over here till night time, actually. Let's go check out what the travelling merchant has to sell. Anything I need? Ah, I need that. Let's see, he's got a painting, something that's a bit of decoration. I want the life form analyzer. So that'll help me find rare creatures. There's actually a few of these kind of utility accessories that... There's that duck. Shut up. So, as you go through the game, you can gather more and more of these, and they will all sort of combine together to make something special near the end of the game. Yeah, but by the time you've got it all, you probably don't even need it, but, you know, it's worth doing. Stick all my stuff around here. Those in there. Those in there. That can go there, and those two go there. Ugh. Okay, so what else can I do for the minute? Just keep showing you. 10 minutes more just to show you what else I can do with the game. Let's just start heading this way and see what we can find. How much money do I have? Not enough to bother going back for. If I had more money, I'd go put it back so I don't lose it. 'Cause, when you die, depending on which settings you've got, when you die, you either lose half your money, all of your items, or your character gets deleted entirely. So, at the minute, I'm on the easiest version, so I only lose half my money if I die, which I do quite frequently, actually. And here we go, the jungle. Always fun to explore in the jungle. Let's try and find a way in. Here we go. This looks promising. I don't have many torches. I probably should have bought more of that. Ooh, a treasure chest. All good stuff. And that led to absolutely nowhere. I suppose I could just start digging down there. Yeah, just pick a spot and start digging. So I can kill these piranha. Yeah, and because it's Christmas, again the Christmas period, all of the healing hearts enemies drop are now candy canes for some reason. Let's see here. Oh, went too far. That is the corruption. So every world has either the corruption or the crimson, and that's basically a really, really dangerous area that you don't really want to go into. I mean, I think I'm strong enough to survive it. I've beat the boss in there already, but it's not too fun to explore, really, so I'll just try and find a way into this jungle. I'll dig down here. And just see what this takes me to. You might have actually noticed them, I haven't mentioned it at all yet, they've got this little purple orb above my head. That's actually a thing I got from the corruption. It just provides me a little bit of light. It's not too good, and it certainly doesn't replace torches, but yeah, just that little bit extra whenever you need it can be quite helpful. Yeah, it should be coming up to something sooner or later. Ah, here we go. Oh. The tiniest, most uninteresting little cavern. Ah, here's. This looks a bit more promising. Ooh, Pinky! Rare enemy, Pinky. Come here. Yay, got some good gold. That's still surface loot. I'm not even in the deep jungle yet. But I am in a decent cavern, so I should get there soon. Ooh, that's some money. Oop. Hey, that's the end of that cavern. Is that it? I'm just having the worst luck finding caverns today. Ah, here we go. Nope, I thought it was going to go further. In that case, little Pinky showed up again. Well, let's just keep digging down and see if we can find something better to explore. I'll probably get killed down here actually, the jungle is quite dangerous, but if I do I'll end the video there, if not I'll just keep going for a while. Yeah, so this is the danger of water, it's only a little bit there, but if I do that you can see I'm slowly drowning. And of course if there was more of it, that would be quite dangerous. And yeah, it seems we're getting somewhere. Oh, I hear a worm. Something's digging around here. I've dug straight into the water. Nope, can't breathe. In the cavern, in the cavern. Whew. Great, I've dug myself into a... And I've dug right into this underwater... Was it even a lake? Okay. I might have screwed myself over here a bit. So it looks like I found a big open cavern over here, so should be able to drain the water into it and maybe explore a little bit. There we go. And the travelling merchant has left, and it's a it's a mushroom biome. Don't normally find those in the jungle, I think. This bee. And what I want to find is there is actually a boss down here somewhere. If I can beat the boss, you know, that'll be good enough for me. I'll probably end the video after that. I am dangerously low on torches, I just noticed. Let's make some more. I made 6. Great. I have to use my gun so I can see. Some glow sticks. Oh, I got a compass. Wow, that's a rare. That's a rare drop. Don't normally get compasses. Yeah, I think I'm not going to have any luck finding this boss, so I might just end the video here, I think. Unless I find it in like the next 5 minutes, maybe. And tell what I'm looking for, because it's the giant beehive. Maybe smaller beehives around here that just, you know, give you a few bees that sting you, but no, I'm not going to find the boss, so I'm just going to warp out here and... Oh, I realise I built that right on my spawn point, that's good. Yeah, so that was Terraria. I haven't really given it the the best display, I must admit. I've had much better attempts at that. But yeah, that was just like a little tiny fraction of what this game has to offer you. It is so much fun. It's, as I said, it's basically Minecraft meets Castlevania style games. I can very easily recommend it to anyone who likes exploring and action and just sort of the old 16-bit style games. I would easily give it, say, a 9 out of 10. So, I hope you have enjoyed my Clockwork preview. I have been Mr. Clockwork Apple. Goodbye.